please, I want to learn under you. One of them, I had already started my business, but one of these men is a billionaire. I became like his PA, his errand boy, for about 3 months. I was just running everywhere with him. He said, Wale, do this. Yes, sir. Do that. Yes, sir. I was learning. And by the time I was through, now I now have people doing that for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the power of association.
That's so important.
Very, very important.
A bird is as beautiful as its feathers.
Another gem there. Something else that I also find to be a major hindrance is a tendency to look at the past. Mm-hmm. I didn't do well in this particular subject, I didn't do well in this particular business, and therefore I don't think going forward I can achieve whatever it is that I'd set out to imagine then.
Well,
how do you take care of the past?
Forget it. It's so simple. Forgetting those things that are behind. Let's move on. Learn the lessons you need to learn from your past, but you don't look backwards to drive forward. Have you ever wondered why the rear view mirror is so small and the windscreen is so big? You don't look back to drive forward. Learn the things you need to learn from the past and move on. You cannot, nobody ever achieved their purpose or fulfilled their destiny by being frozen in their past, even if that past was good. And I think I wrote about that today. That, one of the greatest hindrances to where you can be is where you have been, especially if where you have been was successful. Because it now becomes the glasses with which you view every other thing. And in our day, this is how we did it. This is how we did it. Realities have changed. One thing I tell people a lot when I work with them is, look, there were certain realities that existed when you were in school. When I was in school, the music was different. The music was Kool and the Gang. Get down on it. Shalama, make that move. The dressing was different. We had afros, and we walked with a slant. And we wore torn jeans. And you walked with now, that was a reality when I was in school. When I got out of school, the reality changed. Now, can you imagine me saying, coming here today with the afro, with my torn jeans, slanting and say, yeah, what's up? Because I said that's the way we did it when we were in school. That's a brain that's frozen. It's fossilized.
Oh, wow. But then they still the view by some that I broke this record. Mm-hmm. And therefore, going forward, history will always recognize that I'm the one who broke record A, record B. How do you surpass that record and then say now I'm moving forward into something greater than that?
If you're living by the records you have broken, then you have no vision for the future. Look, when I was in school, I remember there was a particular mathematics exam. I think it was University of London, and I had one of the highest grades. I had an A. Now, let me ask you a question. If I went around today bragging about my A in University of London, does it make any sense today? No. And records were made to be broken anyway, And one of the problems I wrote actually, you find the father bragging about how he used to come first when he was in school, and the children are looking at him coming last in life. There's no correlation. So records were made to be broken. I did an analysis today. I put different world 100 meters record holders, and they were being broken. Usain Bolt has broken his record twice or thrice, and that's what we should be aspiring to. Not living in the record of what you used to do. Times have changed. It's like somebody saying that we developed a typewriter, and in the spirit of the family tradition and the spirit, we're going to just continue manufacturing typewriters in 2011. It's not going to work. And that's where a lot of people are. Look, if you hold on to your success of yesterday, do you know what you're telling the world? That success was a fluke, it was an accident. Because if it was true success, you can repeat it anytime you want by just developing yourself better. And that's why I'm never intimidated about achieving something and letting it go. Because you know what? It's in me. 1990, I was part of a research group, a research team that was working on a particular research in Nigeria. My director then, where I was working, had told me, Wale, you put this thing together. And Wale put it together. It was submitted to the government. It was celebrated. It became big news. The only thing that happened, they had removed Wale's name from it. I was so upset. I went to meet my mother. I said, Mom, can you imagine what they did to me? And my mother looked at me and she laughed hysterically. She said, you know what? When a chicken lays an egg, if you take that egg from it, it doesn't cry. It will lay another one. There are more eggs inside. So Wale, that's one egg. It's been taken. Get over it. Go and lay more. And I've been laying eggs since 1990.